The spirit being goes by many names, but as it walks among the people, it reminds them to be true to themselves and to the promises made to the Creator and to others. Shawn Johnston and Amy Smoke created Land Back Camp. It began as a place for youth to connect and learn about their indigeneity, and now an instrument of change.
We were sitting around the fire one day and we had come to this realization that everybody in the camp had identified as queer or two-spirit or trans or non-binary or somehow on that spectrum, and we were like, wow, this is a queer camp that we have now. It's this beautiful space.
I've been in circles throughout camp with youth that have said for the very first time, I'm a queer person. Coming out in those spaces, coming into that identity. That's a new thing. We don't have two-spirit spaces in town, and that's an amazing thing to witness, to be a part of.
We want the cities to work with us in addressing reconciliation and start working with the Indigenous communities, because having that many youth in one space speaks to the need for more space needed for the Indigenous communities in Kitchener-Waterloo.
And in particular, spaces for two-spirit and queer Indigenous youth and settler allies to have ceremony again, to have songs, to have teachings where we can be unapologetically Indigenous and queer and two-spirit and trans, non-binary, all of those things.
Watching these young people reconnect to their indigeneity, their identity, their culture. It's about giving space to the next generation, giving them the platform, and knowing that we were able to create that safe space here for them where they can come and gather and just be themselves. My hope overall is to one day see a community space here in Kitchener-Waterloo, and this is one of the main reasons why we've been out here this whole time, is because we don't have a place to gather.
My hope is for two-spirit folks to be recognized and heard and valued and loved and take their rightful places in the community as they once were. It's important that people know that we are always here, we've always been here, and we need to be back in those spaces and back in those circles. Yeah, there's queer people all over the planet.
For their community impact, Land Back Camp, Shawn Johnston and Amy Smoke are the recipients of the 2020 Atlohsa Peace Award for Honesty.